Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to basically develop blog posts that get tracked by the search engines. So if we go to the Model Train site right now and we take a look at the post that actually succeeds in actually driving traffic to the website, organic traffic outside of Facebook and emails, it's articles such as the HO Train layout article and the HO Train layout part 2. So you'll notice that these are much different than our standard blog posts. A regular blog post looks like this, and it contains just the uploaded photo gallery, and then when you click on it, it uploads the picture to a maximum size, and it has a very small description right here. Now if we look at the HO Train layout, the actual images are on the page itself, and each of them comes with a headline plus a description below it, and then most likely the image itself is alt tagged. So if we check the element on this, usually it does have, so here we go, 2x4 model train layout is the title of the image, and the alt tag is 2x4. So basically it's entirely optimized, and the actual saved URL is 2x4 model train layout ho.jpg. If you've been working on this model train site for some time, you'll notice that there are different scales, and obviously right now the scale that we're building a post on is the HO train layout scale. So HO is one layout, and there's a bunch of scale, and there's a bunch of other scales as well. So to build an actual post now, we're gonna grab data from another image like we usually do. So let's save as this entire folder, and we can just put it on the model train section. So it's saving. So now let's go and open this up. So once you have it actually saved, you'll see that all the images are in the folder after you saved as. So we're going to rename the images for one, and secondly, we're going to optimize the entire post. Now one thing you can do is go to that specific page. The HO train layout is actually, it's called pages, it's not blog articles, but when you create a blog article, not a layout. Not an article. Create a blog post, not an article. If we look at some of the information on here, the H1 is the title of the actual image, and then a description, and then the actual image itself is uploaded with the name optimized and alt tags. So we'll go and create a new image gallery. And we're going to call it exactly what it is. So this is the Amsterkin gets bigger and better. So we'll just say, so this is one point to remember. Now if you read the actual information in it, it says, I have photos attached, modified Carolina and Southern N scale garage layout. So it's an N scale, right? And that's one thing that we should add into the post to ensure that it's optimized for the entire page is going to be optimized for N scale the same way we optimize the other one for HO scale. So we will say the Amsterskin N scale model train layout photo gallery. I like to just take out the words at the end, the photo gallery. Okay, so now let's try adding it. I know it might be a little difficult to make actual descriptions, but once you read the post you might get an idea. So the first one is it's the track layout. It's called number 1, image 12, So let's just start uploading. Add media, upload files. So let these upload. So one thing that we didn't change is the image name. Um, that's obviously possible, and you should possibly do that depending. It might have actually been better if I put an N scale here, right? So let's start adding the word N scale, and basically add that word to all of these. I'm not going to add them all, but that's what you should do, okay? Save the file name like this. Now when you're in here, change the title tag to match. So that's image number 3. Let's call it N scale layout photo number 3. And then just work your way down. You don't have to add a caption, but definitely add alt text and just put N scale photo 3 or whatever it is for that particular one. I'm expecting the person who's actually uploading these to get a clear understanding of what they should put based on the description of the post. So you're going to consume this information that's on this page, get an idea of what scale that they're talking about, and then create the post itself. Now when you're on this page, we've already changed the title. We save the image as the correct name, which is the N scale name. The alt text is N scale photo 3. Now we don't want to have it the biggest size. Let's have it the middle size. And then you're going to do that to all the rest of these. Change the name and everything. Now you have all of these in a row, right? So just insert into the page. So there they are. So this one is the correct size. With all the other ones, again, you're going to have to optimize them. Optimize the image and everything, and then obviously fix the length. If you change all of the images at one time, then your length is not going to be an issue. Now what you need to do is basically add the same title above the post itself. So with this one, we can call it the Amsterkin N scale photo 1. And if you look at the picture itself, you can kind of describe it, right? And that might be a better idea. So now put this in. You don't have to call it photo 1. Just call it whatever you feel makes the most sense per gallery. Make it into H1. So now if the visual version of it's not working very well, then go to the text version and just use HTML and start adding to it. So just put H1, close tag H1. So now that the Google knows that the headline is of this specific post. In terms of the actual writing on the post, okay, obviously we want to center this. And then for the writing below the post, let's just add what we see. So we see a model train photo gallery, and we're talking about this specific train, and then in the actual image itself we have a couple a little bit of track, a little bit of train, but the images get a lot better. So we could say N scale. Well, we might not need to use the word N scale. It might be known. We could use it in certain photos, certain photo descriptions. Just add the words, talk about the track, say minimal track, and scenery construction. Just think about different phrases. I know you have to be a little bit creative here, but it'll work out fine. So now that you've created this post, you've optimized the image, you've added the description along with the headline tag, and the entire page is optimized specifically for the word and scale, which is the goal of this page based on the description that he mentioned. We should also probably add some of these words, right? Carolina, modified Carolina and Southern N scale garage layout. So let's say modified N scale Carolina and Southern model train layout with the other ones you can add different descriptions. You don't have to say the words again. N scale or Southern Carolina, just optimize it based on the description. For this one, I would say something about the trees, the tunnel, and then the train coming out of the tunnel and the lake. So write a post related to that in the description. And then for the headline for this one, for image number 2, you can say something about again the Amsterdam N scale layout photo number 2. It's H1. Put it in there, give it a space, and then write a description talking about the cloud. So say this N scale layout photo shows great looking tunnels, trees, and water scenery. And then center it and keep doing that with all of the images. So now that you've done this entire part, the last part you need to do is ensure that the SEO information is correct. So let's go down to the SEO WordPress plugin and let's put in the words that we want to target, which are N scale model train layout. SEO title is going to be what it currently says here. This is fine. And then for the meta description, you can just kind of use what you have in the first line. Just copy that over and then add something that dictates a CTR. So a call to action could be, to get the actual click-through, would be modified N-scale model train layout, fully detailed with construction photos. See all of the model train gallery. Change the call to actions. Think of it with an SEO hat. Go to page analysis and ensure that the everything's fine and that it's follow and it's being detected. And then just publish your post. And once it's published, then just use the second procedure, which is updating it on Facebook. And that would be the entire process.